What's going on guys, Jack here and I'm back with another tutorial. As you can see, there's no playing about today, no wasting time. We're going straight in with the bald line and I'm getting this nice and low. And the reason I chose this haircut to film a tutorial on, although it looks very simple, if not executed in the right way, then it can be an absolute calamity. And also I wanted to deconstruct the fading method a little bit more, as this is my go-to method in the shop. I feel it's very time efficient and works with quite a lot of hair types. The only time I'd really switch it up would be with afro hair, and I will cover that in a later video. But what this fading method allows you to do is fade without creating any guidelines, and this would be commonly referred to as descending graduation. So just to talk you through the process before we go into it, as I'm just taking out this bulk of hair here, is we are going to go with a number 2.5 at the top, then directly beneath that with a 2, then directly beneath that with a 1.5, then directly beneath that with a number 1, directly beneath that with a 0.5, and then to finish off the haircut, or the fade should I say, you're going to hit it with a 0.2 and a 0 to clean out that bottom line. Now it'll be a lot easier to show you when the technique is actually being done. Right now I'm just foil shaving him down, getting that nice and close to skin. But that is the process in essence, guys, and it's just moving down by 0.5 of a grade each time, but you're leaving about 1 centimetre to 1.5 centimetre gap to where your last guard was. You can see now I'm going over the top with a number 5 guard, taking that hair down and making sure it's all level. I've grabbed my comb and I'm pulling backwards with the comb and the clipper at the same time, and what this is going to allow me to do is catch any of the little flyaway hairs. So when you comb this back down afterwards, you're not going to see any of those straggly wild hairs just flying about. Just finishing off the top here, running back over it, making sure everything is level. And now we're going to go to our fading process on the sides. I missed out the bit where I did the 2.5, but you can see me here using a 1.5, just up to that point where the corner of the box meets, and then I'm just going to use a 1.5 guard open, which I would refer to as a low 2, just to debulk that corner a little bit. And then now I'm coming with a 0.5 guard open, which I would refer to as a low 1, and you can see I'm very close underneath where I did my 1.5, but my clipper motion is flicking out in such a way where I'm not digging in, I'm not creating a new line, I'm just simply working that line out. Now I'm working the 0.5 guard flat, the lever is closed, and you can see I'm working quite close to where I did that lever open. And now I'm on a 0.2, touching on that bottom line. You can see my clipper motion is very short, quick flicks. You don't want it to be too elongated, because then you might push the line up and create more work for yourself. And now that I've softened it up, I'll come behind that with a 0. And you can see me just working the corner of the blade here, really trying to get in any of those little gaps and take out that bottom line. And sometimes the bottom line can be the hardest line to take out. That's why using the corner of your clipper effectively can help with that quite a lot. So there you saw me do the 2.5, and just for time's sake I come behind it with a 1.5, because I thought I could get away with it. And you can see here that as long as your motion is correct, you will get away with skipping a guard sometimes. But I am just following the same process as I was on the other side. You can see I'm keeping that shape up area nice and dark. So when I'm shaping it up, it does have that more sharp effect. As you can see, there's little areas in his hairline there where it is a little bit more sparse. So, you know, having that darker corner can just help bring that out a lot more. And you can see now I'm already down to my 0.2, working on that bottom line. And then shortly after I shall switch to the 0 just to finish taking that out. So now coming onto the back, my camera died at some point here, which was really annoying. But you can see I'm literally working my 1.5 up to where I worked on the sides, and directly beneath come in with the 0.5 guard open. So you can see here I've come down to the 0.5, and I'm pushing quite high because I know through the back of the head the hair is more dense in that area. And now onto my 0.2, touching on that bottom area there before coming down to my 0 again to finish knocking that line out. You can see there the half finished product, then my camera died. So now onto the shape up, and I want to keep this as natural as possible. I do not want to push him back. If I push him back, then he's going to have a really horrible 2 weeks while his hair is regrowing, and he's going to see all these random bits growing out of his head, and that's not very nice. And he does come for a haircut every 2 weeks, so I don't need to push his hairline that far back, as it's not that far off where I left it. So you can see I'm really just sharpening up what's there rather than creating a whole new line. So now you can see nice, I'm just being really delicate, just putting the clipper where it needs to be to create that line for myself. And now I'm working across the other side. Here you can see my excellent cinematic skills, not flipping the camera to the other side of the head, but I'm just following along in a straight line from where I was before and clearing any baby hairs on the head. And before you know it, this is the final look, guys. So you can see here, nicely faded, nicely shaped, and a nice quick haircut for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you all next time.